All right, good morning. It's Friday. That means we've got we've got a DRT this week. So, and this one's especially interesting. It comes to us from California. Um, and we've talked about the way that things are reported in leftist states that hate your liberty and hate, you for being an American. Um, this one is a little more subtle with it, but there's some language in this article. It's an interesting story, and there's some language in this article that is just wholly indicative of the poison that is the cancerous left-wing politic of this country. So here's the story. The headline is Home Invasion Suspect Posing as Sheriff's Deputy Shot and Killed by Homeowner Near Lindsay. So, out of Fresno, California, Tulare County, here's the quote from the sheriff's deputy, from the lieutenant, Joe Torres. They could hear them yelling, "Sheriff's office, sheriff's office." The victims thought it was odd that it was late hours, so the suspects then forced their way into the living room area. They busted the front door. So, here's the impersonating a police officer bit. They're screaming, the invaders said, "Sheriff's office, sheriff's office." So at this point, the homeowner knew for sure that the people at the door were not sheriff's deputies, as they weren't wearing law enforcement uniforms. That's when the homeowner and suspects started shooting at each other. One suspect was hit and died at the scene, so we got a DRT. The other ones got away. So here it says, thankfully nobody was hurt. But then the sheriff's deputy says this: although we are in the early stages, it was a home invasion that went terribly wrong. Was it now? This was a home invasion that went terribly wrong. Is that right, Lieutenant? Because if I read this correctly, if it turns out that I'm a literate American who understands the law and basic human decency, this is a home invasion that went entirely correct. So, a home invasion is a thing. Without making a moral statement about a home invasion, we can say that a home invasion is an activity or an event which has a preferable outcome to its participants. So the people invading the home, the preferable outcome is that they are able to steal some property and leave alive, or something to that effect. It may even be that the preferable outcome, because remember, we're not talking about good people here, we're talking about home invaders. It may even be that their preferable outcome includes rape and murder. So they break into a home, and one of them gets killed by the homeowner, who used his firearm to defend himself and his presumably family. How is that a home invasion that went terribly wrong? Unless you're the sort of poison-minded leftist that thinks that owning a firearm, that thinks that the right to defend one's life is not a sacred right, is not... This is the kind of thinking that gets people to arrive at conclusions like the Second Amendment only applies to the military and the police. What? So this is in particular the bit that I wanted to talk about. Now, Cameron couldn't be with us this morning. He had some early meetings with the other day job, so I did want to mention that he found this article and brought it up. Unfortunately, he and I didn't get a chance to discuss the article yet, so I just had to read it and report it this morning. That right there, that really grinds my gears. It was a home invasion that went terribly wrong. No, Torres. It was wrong that there was a home invasion. That the criminal ended up dead as a result of his crime, and nobody else was hurt. The family was not hurt. This home invasion went precisely the way that every home invasion should. A criminal in the act of crime was eliminated by the would-be victim. And that dead bad guy won't bad guy no more. This went right. Obviously, the preferable situation where we would want to have been is that no home invasion occurred. That's the preferable. But if a home invasion is to occur, then the best possible outcome is a dead bad guy. 100%. So, short one this morning. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't drive drink. Don't fry bacon naked. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, videotape, and farmyard animals. No two at the same time, kids. No two at the same time. Get your socks on. It's time to go to work. Y'all be safe out there, and we'll see you Monday.